All right, what I've got here is some, I believe this is, it's been such a long time. This was some scrap wood that I had that I glued together. I think this is Kingwood, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Kingwood or it's Honduran rosewood, one of the two. It's a rosewood for sure. This right here is called the lighter spot. That's called sapwood. Anyway, I used to build custom drums, so I know a little bit about wood. Anyway, so what I'm doing here is I've got this, I use polyurethane glue to glue it up because this is an oily wood and regular, wood glue will not work. I forgot the compilation of wood glue. Polyvinyl acetate? No, I don't know. Sounds good. Anyway, regular old, Titebond glue, I know from experience, will not hold an oily wood, so you got to use a polyurethane. So that's what I've done, and I've glued up a block here. So I'm going to turn a knob, shifting knob. This is actually the shifting knob from the transfer case shift lever of my 85 CJ7, and it's basically the same as the T5 transmission shifter knob. So I'm going to use this as a guide, the template. I'm going to make the knob a little bit larger than this, maybe a little bit larger in diameter, maybe a little bit longer, just so it's got some more reach to it. I think that'll add a nice touch. But anyway, I'm doing it for the T5 to start with, and then I'll probably do the same for the if it turns out well, I'll probably do the same for the transfer case. So here we go. All right, again, I don't have a GoPro or anything, so I wasn't able to video while I was doing this, but I've got it roughed in here. That's about the diameter that I want it to be, which is slightly larger than the other one, than the factory. I think it'll have a good feel in the hand. Anyway, and then it's also longer, as you can see, probably I would say about by maybe an inch, or will be once I part it off of there. So what I'm going to do now is do some sanding with my lathe sanding tool that I used to use on my drums all the time. It's really good for circles, doing radius edges and things like that. So this little gem right here, worth its weight in gold. So I'm gonna do some sanding now, so I'll get this tool rest out of the way. All right, here we go. All right, there it is. It's not done yet, but that's the rough shifting knob. You can see that it's, I have to measure, it's at least an inch taller. Yeah, I'd say at least an inch. So I'm pretty sure, oops, sorry about that. I'm pretty sure this is Kingwood because I've got, it looks like Kingwood too. It's not quite as wide a grain pattern as what I've used in the past, but that right there I know is Honduran rosewood. Honduran rosewood tends to be a little bit more brown, where the Kingwood tends to be a little bit more rosy, kind of like Brazilian rosewood. Anyway, got a beveled end there because you don't want it too fat where it's connecting to the shift arm, rod. But it's a little bit bigger. No. I can get my camera right here. So where it's going to connect up on the shifter arm or rod, it'll be, there's a little chrome piece that'll tighten up against it to keep it from loosening. But I'm going to have to drill it, of course, and put a threaded insert in there. What I'm going to try to do now is, I don't really want the flat top, although I thought about it when I first thought of the idea of doing this. I thought I might, can't get these to stand up, put the shift pattern up on top, but I decided I don't really want to do that. So what I'm going to try to do, it'll take a little bit of length off of it, but I'm going to round this over and try to create, well, first of all, get rid of that center punch, not punch, but you know, the center of the lathe right there where I turned it, get rid of that. So I want it to be radiused over all the way over the edge there. So I'm going to attempt to do that by hand and see what we get. Here we go. Okay, I've got that rounded pretty well. That's about what I wanted it to look like and feel like in the hand. I didn't totally get rid of the turning, you know, the center point there, but that's all right. I can live with that. Just, you can tell it's custom made, right? Or somebody will say, hey, what's that little circle in there for? But anyway, so what I'm gonna do now, I just sanded it to 220. I'm gonna sand it a little bit more, maybe 320. And then I'm gonna put a coat of, couple coats of linseed oil on it. And the only thing left to do will be to drill, well, I can't stand it up now because it's not flat, drill down through there and put my insert in. I'll have to find out what size that is. I think it's probably gonna be like a 3/8, maybe a 16 or something like that. It's down in there. So, and then I've got some left over here, so I'll make another one. And one of them will be for the shifter on the T5. The other will be for the transfer case. So this is just some wood that I had laying around from years and years ago when I had made I made a Kingwood snare drum one time and some hoops for somebody. I also made some Honduran, Honduran rosewood. So I'm pretty sure that this is Kingwood. It looks like Kingwood to me. But anyway, that's just some scrap that I had laying around from years and years ago. I've got some more down in this little bin right here, and a lot more of it over in that region over there, just kind of hiding. Anyway, it's really, really pretty, very aromatic too. It smells like I don't know, like a cigar shop or something like that in here right now. But I'm going to kind of do some additional, just some 320 sanding on that, get some linseed oil on it, and kind of clean up my mess, and that'll be it for today. So catch you guys next time.